what I'm looking for in the S&P. I'm looking for the same thing as yesterday. Big move in the S&P. We're looking for should have a big move on gold and crude. All right, let's take a look at it. Yesterday on the S&P, okay, we had a small range. We got news coming out here in about 7 minutes. We had a real small range on the S&P yesterday. We're in a real tight range. I told you guys and gals, I drew this up for you yesterday. Play yesterday's video at daytradingthefutures.com. You can see I drew this up. I said I want to look for a breakdown, a retest, and a short. So play yesterday's video, and you'll see that's what we're looking for. This is what happened. We broke down yesterday. We retested the same exact level to the exact tick and fell 18 points. You're going to see this type of movement probably today with non-farm payrolls. We're in the same type of trading range. When you're in a trading range like this, where LVA and HVA is containing price, you want to look for a break outside of LVA, a retest of that level. It retested to the exact tick at 72 and a quarter. That was my number. And then we went down. I'm going to show you my numbers this morning. You want to watch for this same setup this morning with non-farm payrolls. We're in a real tight range this morning. I'll show you in a second. Real tight range right here. We're looking for a breakdown, retest, and then a continuation. This morning on the S&P, I'm in a real tight range also. I'm in a real tight range between not as tight as yesterday, but we're at 65 and a half, 65, 65 and a half, and then all the way to 70. If I get through 70, retest 70, we are looking for a long. If I continue, if I break below 65, my number is 65 and 70 this morning to play off of. So actually 69 and a half to 55. 69 and a half to 55. I'm looking for a break, retest these levels for a big continuation. Here's my range. Not as tight as yesterday, but we should see some nice movement on a retest. If you look at yesterday when we were tight, that's a big movement we got. We got a big vertical move down yesterday for that push down. So we'll watch that. That's my numbers this morning. 69 and a half, 65. Keep an eye on that in the S&P. All right. Let's go to gold real quick. Gold is my number one little trader to trade pre-market news, especially non-farm payrolls. You get a lot of big movement in gold. We had some real big movement this morning already in gold. We had triple confluence down here on gold. We had triple stacked area right around 13.50. Good job, Earl, catching that. He caught 40 ticks on the way up. Then we came back to the control point. Control point, 2 times stacked area. We had another buy signal, and actually 3 times stacked because we got the Fibonacci dot retracements on the first break retest. And that was 3 times stacked area. And you got a big move up in gold from this last push right here on market delta. So we had a couple opportunities in gold. As far as crude goes pre-market, we had a first test breakout go to crude, Gerald. First test breakout happened earlier. Had a nice big movement in crude up. Second retest came down. It got negative market delta right away for a small stop. And now it's working on the third one, which we're getting too close to news. I would bail on this position if you were long right now. We should bail all positions in all contracts. We're 4 minutes till. All right. What we're going to look for, we're looking for a break retest of these levels when news comes out. Really watch that S&P 500 65 level. Let's watch the 65 level here and the 69 and a half to 3/4 level. Keep an eye on that. You can trade the Dow the same way. You can trade the Russell 2000 the same way. If it's on your own system, let it break retest like I showed you how to do it yesterday. Okay. So today, we're looking for the same thing on these markets on gold and crude. I'm going to look for a break retest of value. So if I skinny down crude, if I look at crude, it's going to get pretty volatile when the news is released. You want to wait for the first 20 seconds after the news release. And I'm going to try to play off high value or low value area on the first break retest. And the same way off these market profile levels. Let it settle for around 15 to 20 seconds. And then let's look at going long or short. We have around 45 minutes of good trading. Gerald, go ahead and shut that off. We have around 45 minutes of good trading for us that we're looking for right now. We got about 45 minutes from 8:30, and around 15, 20 seconds till 9:15. You should be done with trading right right before 9:15 or even 9 o'clock. A lot of your trades should be done around 5 till 9 or 10 till 9. You should be able to get a nice swing off of gold, crude, the S&P, and so on. So we'll watch it. Let's see if we can get this morning. Look for a break retest. Gerald, I'll give you a I will give you a title here in a second. Make sure you're lined up. What I would do with news, though, let it settle for 15 to 20 seconds if you're going to jump in right away, and let it gyrate around. And then let's go to work after that. Remember, play off market profile first and watch market delta close today.